Hello students, welcome to Talking Textbooks Leaving No Child Behind. So this is our second lecture for NMTC. This is our awesome team. You can see here, right? And these are the courses that we are offering. You can go for 6 to 8 Olympiads, NTSC, NSC, JSP, RMO, all the 6 to 10 school level examinations. You can go, you can see all that on our website. That is here www.talkingtextbooks.in. You can see it here. You can see for various other courses as well there. See, this 9,000 course would like you will be able to purchase it in 6,300 if you apply my code AV Live, right? And this is the highest course for 6, 7, 8. You will be getting all of the study material for all the subjects. Then you will be having recorded classes on YouTube. There'll be homework checking, homework submission on Google Classroom. There'll be daily quizzes there and test as well, right? So all this in just 6,300. You can pay through all these. Like these are the different ways that you can pay through. Still, if you have any query, you can call on this number. That is 9549041111. You can call on this number. Now these are our Telegram channels where you can have the DPPs, and any question that you want to ask, you can see it there, right? You can ask it there. So let's suppose if you're in class 7th, then it will be TTB07, TTB08 is for class 8. So you can see all these things here, right? And apart from NMTC course, you can apply for all these courses as well, right? Before starting, let's take the promise and then we'll start with the lecture 2 of number theory. All right? Okay, chalo. Let's start with the lecture 2 of number theory. This all I taught already, right? Classification of numbers, and we did few questions which have come earlier in the examinations, and the types of numbers which can come on like kind of questions that can come on prime numbers and even and odd, right? So this all we studied: composite numbers, twin prime, co-prime, composite, all this we studied. So in lecture 2, basically we will be studying about surds and exponents and a bit about factors and multiples. Okay, and we'll be doing questions related to that. So let's start with surds. Basically, what are surds? These are special kinds of irrational numbers, right? These are special kind of irrational numbers. So if I write something like this, see, n to the root of a, like nth root of a, right? So this a should be always a rational number, always a rational number. Then n should be a positive integer, always a positive integer, and what is this sign called? What is this sign called? It is known as radical sign. It is known as the radical sign, right? And this n is basically what it is. This n is known as the order. It is the order of the surd. It is the order of the surd. This n is the order of the surd. It should always be a positive integer. It is order of the surd, right? And how do we pronounce this? See, if I want to pronounce this, how am I going to pronounce it? Just a second. If I want to pronounce this, how am I going to do it? Nth root of a. This is how I will pronounce it. This is how I'm going to read this basically, right? Nth root of a. So these are known as surds, right? These are basically what? Irrational numbers, special types of irrational numbers. These are surds are basically special type of irrational numbers. Okay, irrational numbers. So let's take an example. Let's say 3 root 5 or 4th root of let's say 10. Okay, you cannot like these will not be in the form of p by q, right? We cannot write these numbers in the form of p by q. Cannot be written cannot be written, because we know that irrational numbers cannot be written in the form of p by q, and so are surds. We cannot write them also in p by q. Okay, so these are few examples. Let's say 12 to the power, not power means 12th root of 8. So basically what does this mean? This means something like this. See, 5 to the power 1 by 3, right? Or if I want to write this is 10 to the power 1 by 4. What is this? This is 8 to the power 1 by 12. This is basically this. If I'm talking about 12th root of 8, then I can say that it is 8 to the power 1 by 12. Clear, children? Now there are certain laws of it. Let's study about the laws of surds. Laws of surds. Let's study about the laws of surds. Laws of surds. So, number 1. See, first is, let's write it as n to the power, means nth root of a, and if it is written whole power n, then this is equal to what? A to the power 1 by n, because this nth root I can write it like this, 1 upon n, and whole to the power n, right? So this gets cancelled, and this becomes what? A. This is equal to what? A. Correct? Second, let's talk about the second law. If something is, see, nth root of a upon nth root of b. If something is given like this, then this, we can write it like this. See, nth root of a by b. We can directly write it like this. Okay. Then third is, see, if something is given like this. See, nth root of a multiplied by nth root of b. So this is what the this order is same. This order of a rational number is same. Order of the surd is same, right? So what I am going to do, nth to the power a dot b, right? Nth to the power a dot b. We'll be doing certain questions as well, so it will be more clear to you that how do we do all these things. Then fourth is nth to the power a whole m, right? So this can be written how? This can be written how? Nth power of a, and here it is m. So this can be written how? A to the power m upon n. Obviously, because this is what? This is what? See, here what was there? Here n was different. This n and n means nth root and whole power was same. Here it is different. So we can write it like this, m upon n. Then fifth law. If I talk something like this, see, nth root of a and whole means m root of nth root of a. If something is written like this, we can also write it like this, m into n, m nth root of a, or we can write like this as well, nth root of m root of a, right? All this is equal. These all are same. Mth root of nth root of a is equals to m into n root of a, right? All this is equal. And sixth, what does sixth says? If something is given like this, nth root of a, right? And if I multiply something with n, let's say if I multiply n into m, okay, then I'll have to multiply. If I'm multiplying something in the order, then I'll have to multiply it. Then I'll have to multiply it here as well, right? If I'm multiplying something with a root, to the power of a, if I'm multiplying something with the power of a, then I'll multiply it with the root as well. All right, I'll multiply it with the root as well. So basically these are what? Basically these are required to change the order of the surds. These are basically required to change the order of the surd. See, in both these I can change the order of surd. Okay, so these are basic important formulas that we have. One more thing in this itself, one more thing. See, if something is given to me like this, let's say this is n to the power a, and here let's say p is already given, right? It already has a power, right? So if I want to change the order of this surd, and if I multiply something here, then I will have to multiply it with p as well, right? I'll have to multiply it with p as well, right? So what can we do? What can we do here? See, what is happening is that this is how we can change the order of the surd. This I already told. So whatever is here, we'll have to multiply. See, these are the laws basically which we should remember. We should remember all these laws. Then only we can do certain questions related to it. So we'll do those questions. Right? We'll do those questions now. Let's see to it. Let's say if the question is given something like this. Like we are supposed to simplify. We are supposed to simplify this. See, if something is given like this, root 48 minus 3 root 72 minus root 27 plus 5 root 18. So how can I write this? How can I write this root 48? I can write it like this. Root 48, I can write it like this. See, 3 into, I will break it into prime factor, its prime factors. I will break it into its prime factors. So 3 into 2 to power 4, right, minus 3, and this 72. How can I write this? I can write it like this: 2 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 2, that is 9 into 72, minus 27. I can write it as 3 to the power 3 plus 5, and again root 18. How can I write? I can write it like this: 2 into 3 to power 2. Correct? Now, if I want to solve this, now see, these all have same powers, same index. Index value is same of all this. Means order is same. Here also it is 2. Here also it is 2. If nothing is written, so by default it is 2. We know that. Basically, see, what does this mean? If I want to explain it here. See, if I am writing something like this, if I wrote 8. So what does this mean? This means 8 to the power, here it is 2. By default, if nothing is written, that means 2 is there. So how can I write it? I can write it like this: 8 1 by 2. This is the basic meaning, right? So here if we see, all these have same order, right? These all have same order. So we can calculate them now. I can take this 4 out. Because 4 is 2 times, there is pair of 4, so I'll take that out. And what will it be? It will become 4 root 3 minus, I'll take, what will I take out? I'll take out 3 is already there, multiplied by C, 2 3 means 3 is square, so 1 3 is going to come out, and here also 2 is going to come out, and inside what would remain? 2. 2 would remain, right? And then it is 3 cube, right? So basically 3 is going to come out, and because there is power of 3, right? So 3 square would come out and 3 would remain inside, and plus 5 into 3 again, and root 2 it will be remaining inside this, right? So now we can only we can only add, subtract those which surds which have same value in the root. Okay, same value in the root. We can only add, subtract those. So here it is root 2, here also it is root 2, and root 3 and root 3 would be like we'll be simplifying these two. So what do I get? 4 root 3 minus 3 root 3 is what? Root 3. And this is what? This is 3 3 is a 9 and 9 is a 18 root 2 plus 15 root 2. So this becomes root 3 minus 3 root 2. This is what its answer would be. Okay. Next, shall we move to the next question now? Let's try next question. Let's do next question. Seven. Now here we have order. We have different orders now. Means order would be same, but like it is not 2, it is 3 now. So this is 2 plus 6, 3, like third root of 16 minus third root of 54, or cube root. We also call it as cube root. Cube root of 54. So now how can I write this? Again, 7 is as it is. This becomes what? Cube root or third root of 2 plus this is written as 6 cube root of 16. How can I write this? I can write it like this: 2 cube into 2 minus cube root of 3. This 54 can be written as 3 cube root of 2, right? 27 into 2 is 54, so that is why I took 3 outside, right? Next, 7 and then cube root of 2 plus 6 into 2 and cube root of 2 minus 3 and cube root of 2. What does this give now? We can see that these radical signs, means this surd is same, cube root of 2, cube root of 2 and cube root of 2. When these are same, then only we can add, subtract them, right? So let's do that. This becomes what? We can take it as common. If you want, we can take it as common, but it is not necessary. We just understand this. So this becomes what? This is how much? 16 cube root of 2. This is our final answer here. Clear, children? Clear? Shall we do next question now? Let's do it for different values of order, right? When the order value is different. So let's do that. Let's say if something like this is given to us: 5 root 2 minus 7 and third root or cube root of 2. If something like this is given, so see, order is different. Here order is 2 and here order is 3. What will we do now? What are we going to do? We will take LCM of these orders, right? LCM of order, and orders are 2. Here by default it is 2 and here it is 3. So this becomes what? 6. this becomes 6, and here what is it? Right, this is 6. Now what do we have to do? What do we want to do? We want to make the orders as 6 now, right? So how are we going to do? See, if you remember this property here, right? So we wanted to make, see, these were the properties to change the order of the surd. So if I want to change the order of the surd, what am I going to do? I'll multiply with whatever number that is required, right? So here I want 6 instead of 2. I want 6. So what will I do? I write 5 here. Then I'm supposed to multiply. 2 is already there. To make it 6, I'm supposed to multiply it with 3. So if I'm multiplying something outside, means in the order, then I'm supposed to give that power to the rational number as well inside the radical sign. So right, this is going to be 2 to the power 3, because I multiplied 3 here, so I'll be multiplying 3 here as well, and minus 7 and cube root of 3. Cube root of 2. So 3 in this, I am supposed to multiply it with 2 to make it 6, right? So this becomes my new order, and again I am supposed to I'm supposed to put that in the order of, or in the power of rational number as well. So I'll be putting which number, that is 2. So again I'll write 5 here. This is 3 to the 6, and this becomes 2 to the power 3, that is 8, which is what? 8. And here what it is going to be? 7, and this is 3 to the power 6 again, and this is what? 4. This is 4. So this is how it is going to be. This is what it is going to be, right? Now we cannot do anything about it. Why? Because here it is 6. The order is 6, and here the orders are same, but the rational number is different. Here it is 8, and here it is 4. So we cannot operate it. So this would be the final answer here. I just told you how to how are we going to change the order. That is what, how we will change the order. This I told you by this question. Okay, moving on. Let's do a multiplication question. Root 5 into root 18. If something is given like this, now it is not important that whether the now in multiplication and division, it is not required that in multiplication it is not required that the rational number has to be same, like in subtraction. Means unlike in subtraction and addition, we require the rational number inside the radical sign to be same, but in multiplication it is not necessary, right? So what we are going to do, we will write it like this. See, here we saw it. Now here, see, this order is same, n and n. So we can write it like this: nth root of 8 and b. So I'll write the same thing here as well. This becomes 5 into 18, right? So now let's see to it. What do we get here? 5 into 3 to the power 2 into 2. This is 9 to the 18. Now, what can we can see the pair here, that is of 3. So 3 is going to come out. Other like the rational number 5 into 2, that is 10, would remain inside. So if I want to multiply, this is going to be the answer. Clear? This was with the question when we had same order. Now we will be doing question with different orders. So let's take it. Let's say root 7 multiplied by third root of or cube root of 8. So what are we going to do? Obviously we will change the order. Again it is 6 only. The order is going to be 6, means we will take the LCM of 2 and 3. So what does it become? Same thing, 2 into 3. So I'll multiply it here as well. 7 because I'm multiplying 3 here, so I'll put 3 here as well, multiplied by, here I'm multiplying with 2, right? to make it 6, because LCM of 2 and 3 is 6, right? So this becomes what? We are supposed to take the LCM of order to make it equal, right? And this becomes what? 8 to the power 2, because I'm multiplying 2 here. So what do I get here? This becomes what? 6 to the power 343. 6 to the power 343 multiplied by 6 to the power 8, it's 64. Now I know that 6 to the power, like 6th root of 343 is like as it is, but in 6th root of 64 I can write it like this. This 64 is also written as 2 to the power 6, so this gets cancelled, right? This becomes what? 6 upon 6, this gets cancelled, and what do I get? Root 6 into like 6th root of 343 multiplied by 2. So what is my final answer? 2, and 2 multiplied by 6th root of 343. This is my final answer then. Clear, children? This is how we are going to operate on surds, right? Let's do one more question. Let's see. If something like this is given to us, let's say 3, let me take on different page. So this says 3 root 35 divided by 2 root 7. If something like this is given, then what am I going to do? See, 3 by 2 would remain as it is, and how is it given? It is given like this: 35 upon root 35 upon root 7. So 3 by 2 would remain as it is, and this is what? See, root is same, order is same. Here also order is 2, and here also order is 2. See, I told you what is the order. See, this n is the order of the surd here. So order here is same. See, if you remember this law, if orders are same, then I can write it like this: A by B, right? So I wrote the same thing here. So what I'll do, I'll write it like this. Just a second. 35 upon 7, which becomes what? 7 5s are 35. So this becomes what? 3 by 2 root 5. This becomes our final answer. Clear, children? This becomes our final answer. Now let's talk about comparing of surds. Let's do one question for comparing of surds. Comparing of surds. So in this we will write the like increasing, decreasing order both, right? So the surds given to us are root 3, cube root of 2, and fourth root of 4. This is given to us, right? Now we need to find out the increasing and decreasing order. We'll calculate the we are going to write the increasing and decreasing order of it. We are going to write increasing and decreasing order of it. So what we will do, see here the order is 2. What are the orders? LCM of orders. So what are the orders here? Order is 2, then 3, then 4, right? We have 3 orders here, and all 3 are different. So we will take the LCM, of course, and make them equal. We'll be making them equal. So what do we get here? See, for this root 3 means what? Root 3 means here it is 2, right? By default it is 2, so I'm going to multiply it with 6 definitely. So what I'll do, 2 into 6. So I'll be multiplying the same, I'll be writing the same order here, power here as well. Well, to the power, this becomes 729. Then 3 to the power, like third root of 2 or cube root of 2. Here we are supposed to multiply it with 4. So again, here also we'll multiply it with 4, like we'll be having the order of 4, or the power exponent of 4 or power of 4. Now this becomes 12 to the power 2 to the power 4 is what? 16. Now next is fourth root of 4. Here we will be multiplying it with 3. So this becomes what? 4 to the power 3, which is what? 64. So 12th root of 64. Now we have the same order, right? We have all this, like all the three have same orders. Now we can write them. Now we can write them in the ascending and descending order. Now we can write them in the ascending and descending order. See. Increasing order would be see 12 to the power 16. 12 to the power 16 would be smaller than 12 to the power 64, which is smaller than 12 to the power 729. So 12 to the power 16 is what? Basically fourth root of 4. Fourth root of 4. What did I say here? 12th to the power, like not 12th to the power, it is 12th root of 729, 12th root of 64 and 12th root of 16. Here also it is 4th root of 4. Then it is, this is third, like cube root of 2. This is cube root of 2. Then bigger than that is fourth root of 4. Then bigger than that is root 3, square root of 3 or 3. Clear, children? Clear? Now moving on, and the decreasing order would be just reverse of it. Next we talk about rationalization. Next we are talking about rationalization of surds. Next topic is rationalization of surds. Rationalization of surds. So what is basically rationalization? Rationalization means when we have like in a, if something is given to us in the P by Q form, where we make it, like we make, what is rationalization basically? Let me explain it with an example. See, if I write something like this, let's say root 5. If I wrote something like this, root 5, then what is the rationalizing factor? It means that I'm supposed to multiply it with something that the resultant is a rational number, right? That I get a resultant as a rational number. See, this is not a rational number. Root 5 is not a rational number, so I'm supposed to multiply it with something that gives me a rational number. So this something is known as what? Rationalizing factor. This something is known as the rationalizing factor here. So what that would be? See, if we are talking about the monomial, surd, then for nth root of a, its rationalizing factor. Rationalizing factor is the number which helps in making a number, like their product helps in making it a rational number, right? So that is known as the rationalizing factor. So its rationalizing factor would be what? A to the power 1 minus 1 upon n. Okay, its rationalizing factor would be a to the power 1 minus 1 upon n. So if I want to calculate for this root 5, So what I'm going to multiply it with, I'll be multiplying it with, so basically how can I write root 5? I can write it like this, 5 to the power 1 by 2. And I'll be multiplying it 5 to the power 1 minus 1 by 2, which is what? 1 by 2 only. So 5 1 by 2 multiplied by 5 1 by 2. So what do I get here? See, bases are same. Bases are same. So power would get added. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So this becomes what? 5 to the power 1, which is 5. So it has changed into a rational number. So this 5 to the power 1 minus 1 by 2 becomes my rationalizing factor here. Clear, children? Similarly, we can see that there is binomial surge as well. We have binomial surge as well. Binomial surge. So in that, how are we going to change, like what would be the rationalizing factor of that? What would be the rationalizing factor of that? See, if something like this is given to me, let's say 4 upon root 3 minus root 2. If something like this is given to me, so I'll be multiplying the rationalizing factor of this would be its conjugate, right? Its rationalizing factor would be its conjugate. Now what is conjugate? Conjugate means like the same number, we have the same binomial surd but with a change in the sign. So what I'll do, I'll multiply this with this denominator just with the change in the sign, its conjugate. Basically I'll be multiplying with its conjugate number, right? So what is the conjugate number? The number, basically the binomial surd would remain same but just the sign would differ. So this becomes what? Root 3 plus root 2 upon root 3 plus root 2. Now I'll multiply it. This becomes what? 4 into root 3 plus root 2. This becomes this. And here, see, this is 3 minus root 2. Sorry, root 3 minus root 2, root 3 plus root 2. What does this become? A minus B, A plus B. A minus B, A plus B, we know. A minus B, A plus B is basically an algebraic identity which is equal to A square minus B square. We know this. So what does this become? What does this become? A square, that is root 3 square minus root 2 square. So what does this give me? 4 root 3 plus root 2 upon 3 minus 2, which is 1, right? So my final answer would be this. This is how we do rationalization of surge. This is how we do rationalization of surge. Let's do one more question related to this rationalization. Let's say something like this is given to us. X square upon y plus root x square plus y square. Okay, so this contains a, why is there a requirement of rationalization? Because this contains a irrational number, right? This contains an irrational number. So we require a rationalizing factor so that this becomes a rationalized number. So what would be the rationalizing factor? What would be the RF of this? It would be its conjugate. Conjugate means what? I'll be multiplying with the same number with the change, just a change in the sign, right? So here it is minus, here it will be, here it is plus, it will be minus here. Y minus under root x square plus y square. So what does this become? X square as it is and y minus under root x square minus y square, right? And upon this becomes what? Again a plus b, a minus b. So a square minus whole of this b square. So what does this become? X square plus y square and whole square. So this is going to get cut. How? See to it. X square y minus under root x square minus y square, and what does this gives us? See, y square would remain as it is minus this root is going to get cancelled with this 2. Why? Because this root means 1 by 2. 2 se 2 cancel, and what do I get here? Minus x square minus y square. So this gets cancelled. This gets cancelled here, right? And what do I remain here with? See, minus x square and x square also gets cancelled. minus x square, and this x square also gets cancelled. So what do I have? Minus y plus under root x square minus y square. This is what is remaining. Like this is our answer here. Okay. Clear, children? So this was all about the surds. Now we'll talk about exponents. We'll talk about exponents now. So what are basically exponents? Next topic is exponents. So what is exponents? Exponents is basically repeated multiplication of same factor, right? It is repeated multiplication of same factor. So if I wrote something like this, 5 to the power 3, so that means 5 is multiplied 3 times, 5 into 5 into 5, right? So this is the use of exponent. Basically exponents are used to represent very big numbers, like distance between earth and sun, and or some very minute masses or charge on electron, right? So when the number is very very extremely small or extremely big, so there we use exponents, right? So this is how we represent it. This is known as the base, and this is the power or exponent, right? This tells us how many times this base is being multiplied, right? So there are certain properties of it, right? Obviously there are certain properties of it, laws of it. So laws of exponents are what? Let's write it. Laws of exponents. So it goes on like this. See, if something, see, a to the power m, just a second. See, if something like this is given, a to the power m into b to the power n. Now here, sorry, this is a to the power m into a to the power n. Now here I can see that bases are same. Bases are same, so power would get added in multiplication. In multiplication, if bases are same, then powers get added, right? If I write something like this, see, a to the power m divided by a to the power n. Again, the powers are same. The base is same, so the power get subtracted, right? In division, in multiplication it gets added. In division, it gets subtracted, right? If something like this is given, a to the power m whole n, then in this powers are multiplied, right? Powers are not added, powers are multiplied. Powers are added only when the bases are same. It is multiplied and power bases is same, right? Next property is next law is, if I wrote something like this, a to the ab multiplied by or to the power m, a dot b is multiplied whole power m. This becomes, I can write it like this, a m dot bm, right? I can give this power to a and to b, right? In multiplication I can do this. Next power is, next law is, if something like this is given, this was for multiplication. Now for division, if a to the power a upon b to the power m is given, then I can write it like this, a to the power m upon b to the power m. Write it like this. Sixth property is, if a to the power 0 is given, then it will always be equal to 1, right? Anything equal, like if the power to any number is 0, then it becomes equal to 1. Then seventh property is what? A to the power minus m. This means what? 1 upon a to the power m. This is basically the reciprocal, right? It is telling about the reciprocal. And if a to the power minus m is given, then this becomes what? A to the power m, obviously, right? Then eighth property. What is eighth property? if something like this is given, a to the power m upon n, then how can I write it? I can write it like this, a to the power m into 1 upon n. Then this can be written how? This n, 1 upon n is basically nth root. So I can write it like this, a and m would be just the power of a. So all these are basic important properties, basic important laws of exponents. We will solve questions related to it. Let's do few questions related to it. Let's say the question says, this has come in one of the examinations, 2 to the power 0 and to the power 1 to the power 9 and something like this, plus 2 to the power 0 whole power 1 and whole power 9, and the options are given like this. A option is 0, B option is 1, C option is 2 and D option is 3. Now we are supposed to calculate this. Now understand, now here we require all the laws that we have studied, means we should remember the laws that we studied. So what this is going to be, see, 2 to the power 0, 1 to the power 9 is what? Obviously 1, right? 1 to the power, see here it is, let me write it like this, 0 is written, and 1 to the power 9 is what? 1 only, definitely 1 only, plus 2 to the power 0. 2 to the power 0 is what? Anything to the power 0 is what? 1. So I'll write 1 here. 1 to the power 1 to the power 9, whole power 9. So again I'll write what here? See this 0 to the power 1. 0 to the power is what? 0 only. So this becomes 2 to the power 0 plus 1 into 9. I'm going to multiply it. Basically I'm going to multiply it. So this becomes what? Again, if you want, you can see it here as well. This is all multiplication. 0 into 1 into 9. That all becomes 0. So 2 to the power 0 is again what? 1 only. So I wrote that. This is 0 and this is again what? 1. 2 to the power 0 is again 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So final answer here is C. Final answer here is C. Excuse me. Let's do one more question. Let's do another question. 9 to the power 3 by 2 minus 3 into 5 power 0 minus 1 upon 81 to the power minus 1 by 2. Now we are supposed to find the value of it. Right? We are supposed to find the value of it. So let's do that. This 9, how I can write it like this, 9 to the power 2, and this is 3 by 2 as it is, minus 3 into 5 to the power 0 would become what? 1, and this 81, and this is minus 1 by 2. So I can write it like this, 9 to the power 2, 1 by 2, right? Because it is in negative sign. Negative sign, I'll have to reciprocate it. Negative sign means I'm supposed to write the reciprocal of it. So I wrote it in the like 81. Denominator would become numerator. So this becomes 9 to the power 2. Again, this cancel, 2 से 2 cancel. This becomes 3 to the power 3. 3 to the power 3 is 27. Minus this is what? 3. Minus and 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So this is 9. So 27 minus, this becomes what? 27 minus 12 basically, which is what? 50. Get it? Let's do one more question in similar way on exponents. Let's say if something like this is given to me, 16 into 2 to the power n plus 1 minus 4 into 2 to the power n upon 16 into 2 to the power n plus 2 minus 2 into 2 to the power n plus 2. If something like this is given to me, so how can I write it? See, this becomes what? 16 is basically what? I can write it like this. Just a second. I can write this 16 as 4 square multiplied by this 2 to the power n dot 2 to the power 1. I can write this 2 to the power n plus 1 as 2 to the power n dot 2 multiplied by 2 because bases are same. So power gets added n plus 1. So I just expanded it. I just wrote this expanded form n plus 1. So I wrote it like this minus 4 into 2 to the power n. Right. So I have same terms here 2 to the power n, 2 to the power n. Similarly, I'll do the same thing here as well. So this is what? This is again 4. This is again 4 square, then multiplied by 2 to the power n multiplied by 2 to the power 2 because again this is n plus 2. So I can write this as n dot 2. See, I'll explain it here. See, if something like this is given to me, 2 n plus 2. This means what? 2 to the power n multiplied by 2 to the power 2. Why? Because bases are same. So what can I do? I can just add the powers. This is what we studied in the law. So I just expanded. Now this was written and I expanded it, right? So this is what we'll do here. Now again we'll do the same thing here as well. That is 2 multiplied by 2 to the power n multiplied by 2 to the power 2. This again n plus 2, I'll write it like this. So now I can take 4 common here. So 4 is common and 2 to the power n is common. And what do I remain here with? 8. 4 2s are 8. So 8 is remaining minus, what is remaining here? 1. Because 4 into 2 to the power n has come out, divided by, what can I take common here? I'll take 4 common multiplied by 2 to the power n common, and what is remaining here? What is remaining? 16. See, 1 4 from here and 4 from here, so 16 is remaining. 16 minus 2. Now let's solve it. This gets cancelled. This all gets cancelled. What do we have? 7 upon 14, which is what? 1 upon 2. This is our answer. Let's do one more question like this. On exponents. So something like this is given to us. 6 to the power 2 by 3 it is. 2 by 3 multiplied by third root of 6 to the power 7 upon cube root of 6 to the power 6. Now understand this. What does this mean? 6 to the power 2 by 3 into 6 to the power, I can write this as 7 by 3 because basically this cube means what? Cube root means what? 1 by 3 only. And similarly, I can write the same thing here as well, 6 by 3. Now, can you see here that 6, 6 and 6 bases are same. So here I'll write 1, 6 here. Here base is same and it is in multiplication. So 2 by 3 plus 7 by 3. The powers are going to get added. And here it is division. So power is going to get subtracted. So now what will be my answer here? 6. All have the same, like the denominator is same here. So this becomes what? 9 by 3. 9 by 3 minus 6 by 3. This becomes what? 6 to the power 3 by 3, which is what? 1. So 6 is my answer here. 6 becomes my answer here. So this was all about the surds and exponents, children. I'll just tell a briefing about what factors and multiples are. Factors and multiples I'll just tell. Then in the next class we'll be doing questions of it. Okay. So I'll just tell a brief about multiplication, sorry, not multiplication, factors and multiples, and in the next lecture we'll be doing questions related to it. So the topic is factors and multiples. So I'm going to tell certain properties, means the definition, basic definition of factors and multiples. What are factors? Any number which is the exact divisor. Any number which is the exact divisor is a factor. Any number which is exact divisor. Exact divisor of a given number. Exact divisor of a given number is factor. They are known as factors. Very basic example. If I talk about 6, then 1, 2, 3, 6. All these are factors of 6 because they all divided completely. They all divided completely. If I talk about 8, then 1, 2, 4, 8 are all its factors, right? These are all its factors. Now, see, there are certain properties, like certain important points of it. Point number 1. See, 1 is factor of every number. 1 is factor of every number, right? Obviously. Then, second point, every number is a factor of itself. Every number is a factor of itself. Correct? Obviously, see, we can see here 8 is a factor of 8, 6 is a factor of 6. If I talk about 42, 42 is a factor of 42 because it will be divided by 42, and what do we get? 1, right? So every number is a factor of itself. Next important property would be every factor. See, every factor of a given number is always equal to or less than the given number. Less than the given number. Right? Its value will always be smaller. See here, see 4, 2, 1, 3, 6. All these factors are smaller than the given number. Either it is equal or it is smaller. So this is an important thing, that every factor is always equal or less than the given number. Then last thing, every number has finite factors. Has finite number of factors, right? They are not infinite. There are finite number of factors, means you can count, obviously, right? Let's talk about multiples now. This was briefing about the factors. I'll tell a brief about multiples as well. Now, what are multiples? The product of factors. The product of factors is basically multiple, right? So, product of its factors are multiples, right? So, if I talk about 2 multiplied by 3, this gives me what? 6. So, 2 and 3 are factors of 6, and 6 is multiple. It is multiple of 2 and 3. Right? So this is the multiple of its factors. Multiple is the product of its factors, right? So important points in this as well. So now if I take one example, let's say if I talk about 4. Okay, so multiples of 4 would be what? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, right? So these all are multiples of 4, right? So there can be many, right? But important thing is that 4 is a multiple of 4. Why? Because 4 multiplied by 1 will give us 4, right? So this is also a multiple of, the number itself is multiple, right? Means every number is a multiple of itself. Every number is a multiple of itself. Every number is a multiple of itself. The next important point is every multiple of a number is equal to or greater than the number, right? Every number, every multiple, sorry, every multiple of a number is equal to or greater than the number. This we can see here. Obviously 4 is the least, like the smallest multiple, means the number itself is the smallest multiple, and then the multiples are increasing. There is no smaller number, there is no smaller multiple than the number itself, right? So it just keeps on increasing. Either it will be equal, like it is equal, not either, it is equal, or it is just like, and it is just increasing, right? The multiples keeps on increasing, and there can be infinite number of multiples. Any number or every number has infinite number of multiples, has infinite number of multiples. Why? Because if I take any number, let's say if I talk about 3 or 4 or 7 or 8, you just keep on multiplying it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and keep on multiplying. So it would never end, right? So every number has infinite number of multiples. So these are basic properties. These are the basic important points of factors and multiples. In the next lecture, we will be doing the questions related to factors and multiples. So I hope you understood everything, children. Thank you so much for watching. Right? Bye-bye.